All right, y'all, let's get straight to it. So, from a pre-order news perspective, okay, we got all these different editions up here that's going to be coming out. Now, I know a lot of people is freaking out about the covers and blah, 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 blah. But the reality is, man, the cover situation really don't matter the way that it used to matter because most people buy digital nowadays. Every once in a while, you get somebody that wants to buy like a physical cover, or you like somebody that really is into hard copies of things. But for the most part, people are buying digital. And when you buy digital, we all know it don't matter what edition you get, you're going to get the Shea Gilgis Alexander cover. So while like hearing the name of the cover athlete and stuff like that is cool or whatever, in the grand scheme of things, it really don't matter. We want a great game. We want a game that's going to be like phenomenal to play. Matter of fact, don't even get your hopes up that high. Just hope that we get a good game. It ain't got to be like, to me, NBA 2K23 was a good game. 2K22 was a good game before they put out all those dumbass patches that made small guards impossible to guard. But you know, 2K23 to me was a good game. 2K24 was it was alright. 2K25 to me worst ever. It seems as if based off of the stuff that we got, they are doubling and tripling down on pro play. And I'm gonna get to that in a second here as we get to this cover. So this was the big hoopla about the cover, right? A lot of people was like, oh, you know, the cover and da 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 da. And if you look at this cover compared to last year's cover with Jason Tatum, it ain't that different one from the other. But the reality is that I feel like 2K is going with a more realistic cover because they are trying to push the game and the gameplay in a more realistic direction. And what better way to say, hey, we are trying to make a game that has a little bit more realism in it than to make a cover that gives you a more realistic feel. That's just my opinion on it, but hey, I could be wrong. Then we got Carmelo Anthony on the Superstar Edition, which we're going to get to the editions here in a second about which one you should and should not buy. And then, you know, you got Angel Reese on the WNBA Edition. So shout out to her. And then the big nasty elephant in the room, the Leave No Doubt Edition. And I'm going to tell you which one of these you should get based off of what you got going on in your life in the current moment. But I'll be honest with you, most of y'all should probably not get this one. But we'll get there. Now, as you can see here on this little, you know, snippet of whatever this thing is, Spike Lee did this little commercial, whatever, you know, and they always put out one of these before they actually get to the good stuff. Let me make this 1080p. This is not really important. This is just a hype thing for people that are more casual fans of 2K. Like if you're a hardcore player, this does nothing for you at all. Like, you know, this is more just like cover athlete type stuff. And then, you know, the fact that they got this voiced by Spike Lee, to me, is kind of saying that there's a possibility that this new story will be by Spike Lee. Now, I could be wrong about that. 2K has done weird stuff in the past where they've done things like this. But the reality is that could be a possibility. Maybe Ryan Coogler, who just came out with Sinners, which I refuse to watch Sinners, and my wife keep begging me to watch it. I don't do horror at all, so I don't do horror movies. But you know, it's, you know, the little breadcrumb method. You get what I'm saying? All right, now we're gonna get down to the big elephant, the other big nasty elephant in the room. All right, so what we're looking at right here: Standard Edition, WNBA Edition, Superstar Edition. Leave no doubt. I'm gonna tell you right now, this right here, although I don't like it, I do feel as if you're the type of person that's going to play 2K religiously, whether it's trash or not. You're the type of person that's going to go through the pain and the headache of trying to figure out whatever they did to the game. And this is the thing, right? We as 2K players, we want this game to succeed. I don't get where people are getting this false narrative from, where they think that like it's sim versus comp. And it is sim versus comp in terms of what y'all think. But the reality is we all want a good game. We all want a game that we can play and that we can enjoy. Comp players want it a certain way. The more casual people, the people that like is more about hoops inside of a video game, they want it a certain way. But the reality is we all really want a good game. So with that being said, right, if you're going to be the type of person that's going to play this game, win, lose, or draw, and my big thing is with the whole pro play thing. A lot of people make fun of pro play. Pro play to a degree is a little bit to blame, and it's a little bit of it is not to blame, right? So some people are like, oh, well, pro play and it's slow, clunky movement. They could make this game feel more responsive even with pro play. They've chosen not to make the game that way. So because they've chosen not to do that, right, we don't get the full dynamic of what 2K can actually be. Now, hopefully, they done had another year, a whole another 12 months to work on the dribbling engine and be able to give us the things that are dynamic that allow us to actually be able to create space, like real hard stops, like the real ability to be able to sell movement, right? That's important. The real ability to be able to create lateral movement, right? Because that's another thing that was definitely missing this year from tall guards. Like if you're 6'4", you could get away with a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moves in there that you could use, blah, blah. But if you're above 6'4", like for instance with me, I make a 6'6" guard every year. I've been making a 6'6" guard every year since 2K10. If I'm a 6'6" guard, I have little to nothing that allows me to be able to create lateral movement. There's only a couple moves, like Jason Tatum's escape, combo escape actually, and his aggressive break. Now, there's only a couple of moves that actually allow you to be able to create lateral space. Other moves like Kobe Bryant, his aggressive breakdown, which they literally redid all of Kobe's SIGs last year. They redid all of Kobe's SIGs for NBA 2K24, and now these SIGs are useless this year. Do you want to know why they're useless? Two things. Number one, true hard stops and the ability to be able to sell that hard stop is not in the game. That's number one. Number two, they took out the attacking size ups. They're kind of in there, but they're kind of not. So these things make a huge difference in how you're able to actually play the game. You need to be able to make the defender think you're going to do one thing and then do something else. And it's very, very hard to do that in NBA 2K25. So once again, if you're going to play the game all year, if you don't care about that aspect of it and you just like, fuck it, I'm going to figure it out, get the Superstar Edition. But I actually don't like this because this is messed up. Like, if I buy this game for $79, I should be able to play early access. Like, but they're doing this because they're trying to get these pre-order numbers up. They need this money to go up. You want to know why? Because winter is coming. They got somebody else that's under their same label that's coming out with a game called GTA 6 that's probably going to change the entire world. So, they trying to squeeze every dollar out of the fucking, the 2K community that they possibly can. The Leave No Doubt edition. Now, in terms of the Leave No Doubt edition, the real reason why it's really not worth the money that they're putting, you want you to pay $135 for it. Look at this right here. This is embarrassing. My career content, okay, plus puffer jacket. Have y'all seen this puffer jacket? Dog. Come on, dog. Ain't no way y'all serious. This is the puffer jacket right here. I can't even zoom in on it. This is the there's no way they serious. Does this look like it's worth $34? This dumbass jacket. Does this one orange jersey look like it's worth $35? One jersey. Not special cover art like type stuff and all this. One jersey, bro. One puffer jacket. This jacket ain't even nice. You get a jacket, you don't even get the pants or no shoes to go with it. God damn. How cheap can y'all be? Come on, bro. Hey, man, I'll be honest with you. Forget what I said. Don't buy this shit. Do not buy the Leave No Doubt edition. This is ass. This is ass. All these My Team stuff that you're going to get, that stuff ain't going to matter anyway by the time season 2 come around. This is ass. So do not get this. This is a waste of money. This little weak ass VC. Buy the $100 version if you're going to play all year religiously. These season pass crap, that crap don't matter. Yo, this, come on 2K. Yeah, this is embarrassing. Y'all can give out better rewards for season 1 for paying $135 for the game than this one jersey and one puffer jacket. What if I don't like fucking puffer jackets? I've been playing 2K for a long time. I've never worn a puffer jacket. I don't like fucking puffer jackets. Once again, when we talk, I've been saying this for the longest time, and they make these little posts and they go, oh, what did Evan say the other day? Let me find it for y'all. All right, so if we look here, right, Double H said 2K announced that the NBA 2K26 news will drop on July 17th. July 17th, breaking down gameplay and game modes, describing it as showing us improvements inspired by community feedback. Oh, God. This should be interesting to see what that entails. Cash Out said, earliest we have ever gotten info. This is so exciting. Evan says, very intentional. I know the wait between pre-orders and the first full breakdown can feel like a long time. So this is a new appetizer. We'll still chat about each of the main modes on this first stream, but don't expect us to drop all the biggest announcements yet. So this is like, for instance, right? And I know we talking about gameplay here, but this can go across the board. When 2K says improvements inspired by community feedback, and then we go to the pre-orders, and we have a puffer jacket. This is disappointing. And the number one reason why it's disappointing is because there's so many, like, it is the 2K community, right? But then there's so many sub-communities within the 2K community that the question really boils down to, who is NBA 2K listening to? Are they listening to the hoopers? Are they listening to the casual people that's going to play the game for a month or two and then drop it once they feel like it's ass? Are they listening to the content creators? Are they listening to the people that only tell them how great everything is and don't say nothing negative about the stuff that's happening, right? And then even with saying stuff that's negative about the game, Lord God Almighty, they make it seem like you basically telling them to, like, telling them something crazy or talking about them personally or their family. I bought the game. I'm allowed to feel like it sucks. You're allowed to disagree. That doesn't make my opinion invalid. You just feel differently than me. Some people love 2K25. Some people think it's the greatest 2K that's come out today. I happen to disagree. I think it's the worst. But that doesn't mean that now I need to start making personal attacks and talking about people's families and this and that and IQ level and all. Hey, you see something that I don't see. What I thought I was signing up for when I bought this was a basketball video game experience. That's what I thought I was signing up for. And instead, I'm getting something slow, delayed, where I can't make changes and the defense can move and react faster than the offensive player can put an input in. You got defensive players all year in 2K25. They will literally lunge at the ball, miss. You can cross them over, take off, and start going, and they can catch back up to you. This kind of nonsense stuff right here is why the game is in the state that it's in. This is why it's not going to get any better. Because when 2K is listening to feedback, are they listening to the people that's going, yeah, that should be good because I got a 99 lockdown? Or are they listening to the people that's going, basketball in and of itself as a fundamental is supposed to be risk versus reward? One step can get you beat. That's what you all ever hear people talk about, the first step. That's why they're talking about it, because the first step is important. So if one step can get you beat and you're lunging at the ball, how are you ever going to learn to be a good disciplined defender? You're not. And the people that 2K is listening to, They're listening to people that don't care about stuff like that, which is the reason why we have the product that we have, which is the reason why even people that love a more fair and fun game, from what I've seen, also don't need no niggas in my channel popping all that hot shit. From what I've seen, people like a Black Cobra, people like Dimework, well, not Dimework necessarily, because Dimework actually said he loves 2K25. But people like Black Cobra will make stuff talk about like his Kobe style gameplay, boom, boom, boom. And then he'll get on Twitter for the most part all year and talk about how he missed stuff from the older 2Ks and he barely plays 25. There's a reason for that. You can't take over games anymore the way you used to be able to take over games, even though it feels as if our players have more attributes and stuff. You just can't do it because the mechanics are not there to be able to do it. The best way to be able to compete in NBA 2K25 is to be cheesy as fuck. If you coming out there with some sort of IRL play style with as cheesy as these damn lockdowns are, you're not going to be able to compete consistently. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I could do it, but, you know, it's different. But what I'm saying is most people are not going to be able to do that. So that is a problem. And even with me, I wouldn't say that I play a realistic style. I like to have moves. I like to have setups for things. And then I respond off of that. I don't like to have a bunch of moves that I've just practiced. I like to have a setup and then I can get into my, you know what I mean, based off of what you're going to do. But you can't play like that if the defense is allowed to do something 1 minute and get back the other way. There should be so many more lockdowns that have 99 perimeter that get their ankles broken consistently because they're constantly doing dumb shit and gambling, and it doesn't happen. So for 2K26, even if they come out day one and the game plays like that, the way that 2K operates and how they try to appease people that don't know shit about basketball and literally make decisions that are bad for basketball video games, right? Because it's two sides. Don't get on here talking about, oh, this. No, I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. It's two sides to it, man. I don't know how much more simpler I can put it. It ain't just basketball and it ain't just a video game. It's a marriage between the two. And you have to be able to find things that create fair and fun within the game. That's what makes the game, the replay value go up. So, you know, it just, when that happens, right, if they drop the game and they go, yeah, lockdowns ain't going to be able to have 99 perimeter no more and just do whatever they want to do. And then if they do dumb stuff, they don't get their ankles broke. If they come out like that, in 2 weeks, it'll be patched. Because people have shown 2K time and time again, they don't want a game that's fair. They want a game that makes them feel good. You got lockdowns that are literally smothering the ball handler every possession, every play. They get beat off one step and they're back in the play. That don't make no sense. You got to be able to get beat no matter what your rating is. You have to be able to get beat if you do the wrong thing. Having 99 anything shouldn't allow you to be able to break the laws of physics. They damn sure, and I'm somebody that makes a slashing shot creator type build every year. And they don't let me get away with it. I'd be midway through a dunk in the air and somebody will fly over late and literally knock me out of the dunk. There won't be no foul call. And I won't make the layup. 2K will literally sit there and act like nothing just happened. But then on defense, y'all get to be able to spam reaches and fly the ball and don't get your ankles broken when you're overreacting. On offense, you can just do moves and then literally do escapes back into where the defender's already sitting, but nothing happens. It's not equal. That's people's problem. Literally, when you're playing NBA 2K, you can jump early to try to block a layup or a dunk attempt. The person can go up after you and you can still get a clean block. The other areas of the game don't follow the same principles. So when I see that one of the pre-order things is a puffer jacket, yes, I'm upset. Because this is who they're listening to. They're listening to Puffer Jacket Mike, who wants to put a fucking puffer jacket on and play basketball. They could have done some way more fly shit. They could have gave us a little starter pack for clothes or some shit like that. Season 1 clothes. And make that shit fly. Like 3 or 4 little outfits or some shit like that, whatever it is. Instead, they give us one jersey and a puffer jacket because they want you to go spend money on these boo-boo ass brands that's in the game. But, you know, what do I know?